You guys have been asking for an Outer Worlds guide, and today is finally the day! This guide will make this challenge look like easy mode, just like I did 4 years ago in Top Secrets. So with that out the way, let's get into this, yeah? We'll need Aerith as the main damage dealer. She boasts the highest magic stat in the game, and we're gonna abuse that! You're gonna need Fire Knight to save as many materia slots as possible, since this challenge is the hardest one so far. It'll be linked to Magic Focus for 25% more damage. Another fire link to MP Absorption, otherwise we'd run out of MP since we'll be spamming Aga spells. Aga spells need 2 ATB, so we'll want First Strike to start off the battle with 1. ATB boost will double this, so we have 2 so we could cast right away. Magic Up to further boost her magic. Enemy skill for 5% more magic. As you're aware, if you attempted this challenge before this guide, it's really hard. So we're going to be using healing materia linked to Magnify to quickly top up the team with her massive magic stat. We'll be using Fire Link to Elemental, preferred level 2 or 3, so Phoenix and Virtual Sephiroth are a joke. HP up to further increase her HP pool so she could survive. Precision Defense Focus so it's easier for you to perfect guard, or the AI. Phoenix is the best summon for 8 more magic stat. I went with the Plumas Rod since it boasts the highest magic stat with the most materia slots. The weapon skills on this weapon are meh, so use whatever. For accessories, we'll want the Genji Glove to surpass the damage cap. If you don't have this, just put on anything that further increases her magic stat. The second teammate might be a surprise to most, but did you know that Tifa has the second highest magic stat in the game? We'll be using Fire Link to Magic Focus, just like Aerith. We'll be using another Fire Link to Swiftcast, since Aga spells have a long cast time and this helps reduce that. Another Fire Link to MP Absorption. In order to have this second highest magic stat, she'll need Attack and Magic Swap materia. The Strength materia for even more magic stat. We'll have another Healing Link to Magnify in case Aerith can't heal the party. Fire Link to Elemental, so she survives those fire attacks. HP materia so she could survive as she won't have any ATB to start the fight. Precision Defense Focus as mentioned before. Odin is the best summon materia for her. She'll want the Crystal Gloves for the most magic stats and the materia slots. These are the weapon skills I went with. For accessories, we'll be using the Fury Ring for 30% more damage. If you don't have this, then anything that'll increase her strength. Our last member to round out the girl squad is Yuffie. For those of you who saw my video on her, then you already know, but if you haven't, just follow the materia setup and I'll explain during combat. First Strike and ATB boost so she could start doing her thing ASAP. With the 2 ATB, we'll want to use one on the time materia to give herself haste. Speed up to further increase her ATB charge rate. Skill Master to give herself a free ATB for every 3 unique ATB commands she does. ATB Assist to give our allies free ATB every time we do 2 ATB actions back to back. Fire Link to Elemental, like we stated for the other characters. Barrier Link to Magnify so we could survive any attack that would otherwise kill the group. Revival in case anything goes wrong. HP up and Precision Defense Focus. Alexander is the best summon for her because of the defensive stats. Her best weapon is Crescent Sickle because it comes with opening ATB bonus and ATB charge rate up. For accessories, you want Speed Demon Keychain. If you for some reason don't have this, then go get this as nothing else comes close. I shortcut Brumal Form so it's comfier to use. Now that we're prepared, let's go over the fight so you can breeze through them. You'll want Aerith as the leader. Hold down R1 and when combat starts, press L1 to activate ATB boost. Swap to Yuffie and use her ATB boost. If Kujata is going to attack, you want to Brumal Form and move away from Aerith. Use Haste and ATB Ward on Yuffie. While you wait for ATB Ward to spawn, throw your weapon and do basic attacks. Afterwards, spam Brumal Form. When Tifa gets 2 ATB, use Fire Aga and have Aerith place an Arcane Ward under her. When Aerith gets 2 ATB, Fire Aga, and from here we repeat until Kuchata dies. Don't make the same mistake like me and use Fire Aga on Phoenix. Save your ATB because you can kill Phoenix here, as the window is very tight and not doable with this setup. Swap to Aerith and Ward Shift to Arcane Ward and Blizzaga Phoenix. Swap to Yuffie and go back to that ATB ward and generate ATB for the team. Tifa will want to Firaga Kujata. For round 2, we'll want to do the standard setup. Sometimes Bahamut can move towards you, so Brumal form his attack, then set up. Once the first Firaga comes out, the fight is pretty much over. For round 3, pay attention to what Odin's doing. If he's using Soaring Spear, then it'll target Aerith, as we'll be using ATB boost. Just swap to Yuffie and set up and then ATB ward. He can also charge Yuffie, so Brumal form until it's over. One Arcane Ward Firaga from Tifa should make him vanish. From here, burn down Alexander's arms. If your HP is low, then consider healing up when Alexander is staggered. Odin is dead on arrival. Gilgamesh can be a pain in the butt depending on what he starts off with. Flutterwing Dance spawns some tornadoes, so move away from them. Radiant Geyser is a conal attack from him, which you can outrange. Damon Wave is a shockwave, so just move to the left or right. If he does Sloppy Sword Bait, do not Brumal Form it. Move to the left or right to dodge it entirely. If you try to Brumal Form it, you can become a Toad, essentially killing your run, as it does take a while for the Toad status to wear off. Brilliant Sweep is a cleave around his hitbox. Once the first Fire connects, the fight's over. Time for the hardest round. As soon as the fight starts, swap to Tifa. If you followed my team setup, it'll be up on the D-pad. Slide to the far left and set up, and the fight's just like the rest. Now if you're unlucky like me on this run, then he will target either Aerith or Yuffie, which makes this a doozy. Once he backs off, set up the ATB ward and haste. When he does shadowy chains, look for who he's targeting. Hopefully it's Aerith or Tifa. Go in that ATB ward and generate 2 ATB. Cast Curaga when you can. Use Barrier with Yuffie. And then go to the ATB ward and let him bind you. Swap to Tifa so you're in control when it's all over. Slide away from the party. Have Aerith heal the team while you're doing so. Go back to Yuffie and spam Brumal Form in ATB ward. From here, the fight's over just like the rest. Once his HP bar gets under the L in Virtual, use Blizzaga and Star Shower from Tifa. Don't get impatient like me. And just like that, we're done. Hopefully you found this guide helpful, and if there's any unanswered questions, then ask down below. And if your materials aren't maxed out yet, then consider checking out the method I use to level up mine quickly right here. Until the next video, I'll see ya.